Welcome to Dropping Diamonds with me, AJ Andrews, where we dive headfirst into the world of softball. Today, I am joined by an Arkansas softball legend. She is an All-American, and you will see her representing the AUSL Blaze here in professional softball, also with USA on her chest. It is the one, it is the only, Danielle Gibson Whorton. Thank you for joining me.
Wow, that little intro is just like giving me the chills. Thank you.
You are. You're a legend.
Oh, I appreciate
You're a legend. I remember when I was doing SEC Network and I got to report on your home run cycle.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, I didn't think it was real. Like, someone gave me the stats. I was like, no, you mean just like a regular cycle, you put home run in front. Like, no. She had a home run cycle. Like, oh, okay. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like, why would someone even keep throwing you? I'm sure people asked you this question a million times, but like, I don't get it. It's like, do you think that? It's like, I'm actually really good right now. You may want to walk me.
I felt in the moment. So we played a doubleheader that day. And so I tell people I had like 2 strikeouts the game before that. And then going to the next game, I was like, I'm just going to swing. Like, I'm just going to swing. What can it hurt? And so each home run, I'm like, oh, that was nice. I'm probably not going to pitch to again. And it just kept pitching to me. So I was like, okay. So I didn't really even know what was happening either. So I just was swinging.
Just swinging.
Yeah, just swinging.
You know, I think that's actually an amazing lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Just go swing.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even think about it. Like, the 2 strikeouts before, that could easily roll over to the next game.
Yeah.
And I mean, if there's any lesson to be learned, if you want to hit a home run cycle, which, by the way, if your brain isn't like conceptualizing what that means, it means she had a home run with 1 runner on base, home run with 2 runners on base, home run with 3 runners on base. Oh, that's a grand slam. Another 3 runners on base, and then by yourself. Mm-hmm. So someone kept pitching to her. Mm-hmm. As she hit all those home runs. Oh, one can dream. One can dream.
It was, yeah. But it's actually funny that my last home run was a solo shot, but there was a runner on third when I started my at-bat. We were up like 12 runs. And so, you know, like the nature of the game, it's like you don't steal, you don't maybe go on past balls.
Right.
But our coach was like, sent the runner home because she knew that I had a solo shot left.
Oh.
And so the runner scored on a pass ball. And then I had the opportunity to hit a solo shot. And I was like, well, I'm just going to go for it. So, yeah. Crazy. Stars aligned, everything aligned.
This is like, do you ever practice that now? I feel like that's what I would practice now. When I want to practice. You know, as softball players, we're like, okay, I'm going to go up, bases loaded, bottom of the 7th. Like, that's a scenario we give our heads.
Yeah.
Now, if I was you, I'm like, okay, I just hit one. Okay. Runner on first. Okay. Runner on second. Okay. And
So
you just keep going.
And it's so just not me to like swing for the fences. I'm like, let me hit a ground ball up the middle. Like that's my normal like approach in the box.
Really?
And so when I try to hit a home run, just was like it just aligned. I'm telling you, like the stars were aligned. It's crazy.
You're still the home run leader in total bases and RBIs at Arkansas.
Yeah.
And your approach to the plate is to just hit a line drive.
Yeah. Up the middle. Middle. Mm-hmm.
Is that how you practice? Is that how you hit up? What did your routine look like?
Like my normal BP rotation, the first couple rounds is middle or oppo line drives. That's it. I want to see the ball deep and just hit the top and side of the ball. And then if I end up getting it early and it goes, then it goes. But that's why I want to get middle just to get my timing in. Wow. Yeah.
When did that become your daily routine? Was there a moment, or has it always been like that?
I think being a hitting coach as well, I've learned a lot about approaches, and it can get really easy to try and change things for me just because I take in so much information and I learn from a lot of people. But I learned this from Tony Baldwin at Georgia when I coached under him, is a deep window, top and side part of the ball, and just trying to hit the ball hard. His philosophy I've really stuck with. It's very similar to how I coach now. And I've learned a lot from him, but deep window, top and side, line drives. I want to take the shortstop's visor off. It's like my ideal.
That's the visual. Mm-hmm. I'm a very visual person. So like if you were to explain it to me that way, it's okay, try and take the shortstop's visor off is how you would explain it.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Wow. With some backspin, try and get it in the gap. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
I got so caught up off of reminiscing on your home run cycle that we started off with a home run. Normally I like to lead it off slow, just a base hit. We do affirmations, but we went straight for the home run.
Great.
So really back, it's our second AB. We're going to go up just for a base hit.
Okay.
I like to start with an affirmation or a quote. And so I felt like a really fitting quote or affirmation right now is just ain't no power like mom power because mom power don't stop. That's Danielle.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
period. Do you have a quote or affirmation that you really like to live by?
I'm very into the mental part of the game. So I think it flows for me. My kind of saying this year is fight for the hard. I feel like every part of my life right now is very challenging in the best way possible. Sleep, not getting it. Not enough time not enough time for strength and conditioning. It's okay. All of my energy goes to my son and my family, and so that way, when it gets to softball, like I might not be feeling my best, but that's what I want. That's what I want. Is I want to fight for that hard moment, because my home life, my family life is amazing, but it's really challenging right now. I chose it. It's really challenging, and I want to keep being challenged. And so that's kind of my motto right now, is just fight for the hard. So continue to have the hard, be present, and when I'm ready for it, it's going to happen.
And I think when you go into it with the mentality of fight for the hard doesn't discourage you. Mm-mm. It's like that's what you want to come. It's what you want to happen. Mm-hmm. When did you start saying that?
Probably when my son was about 2 months. I was in the trenches. I just needed a perspective change. With a newborn, he was really colicky. I didn't know if I was going to come back and play. And I was just a lot of decisions were going on. And I just sat in my office and I was like, you know what? Like, I am meant to do hard things. Like, I've always told myself that my entire life. You can do the hardest things. My mom told me that, all the things. And I sat in my office and I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to play. It's going to be really hard, but this is what I'm fighting for. Every single day I'm going to show up and do the hard, because why not? Why not me? Why not have the ability to do it? Like, defy the narrative of motherhood, defy the narrative of being a coach and playing, and all the things that are really hard on paper. Let's fight for it. Why not? So
I love that.
Yeah.
Fight for the hard.
Yeah.
What do you feel like is the narrative of coming back as an athlete, being a mother?
I think I fell for it a little bit. It's, you're not going to come back as strong. You're not going to come back as consistent when you're a mom or those things, just because all your time goes to your kid, which it should. I love him so much, and I have every single day I figure out a way to do both. And some days I might lack in one aspect. I might not get as much reps in as I need to, or I might not spend as much time as I would preferably like to with my son or my husband or any of my family. But at the end of the day, I know that it's going to balance out some days. So some days I'm going to have to spend more time with Whit, and that's great. And some days I'm going to have to spend more time in the weight room, and that's great. I'm really lucky to have a supportive husband to help me and to get this done. But it just, things happen, and it's not normally who I am. I'm very type A. Like, I have to get 100 swings in today. I have to do this and this and this. And I've just learned to just be in the moment of just like, whatever the day presents it, that's what's going to make me best. And so I just try and be really present also.
I was going to ask you how you feel being a mom has changed you as an athlete and as a person. And would you say it's just being more present?
Totally. I feel like my perspective has changed. I've always wanted to do the hard. I've always wanted to prove to everybody that like the hard is worth pursuing. But in this motherhood journey, I've just learned to be present and be okay with some of the failures and some of the successes differently. Like, the successes are great, but I still go home to change poopy diapers and do other things. And the failures are great, and I still go home to laughs and cuddles and all the things from my son. And so I've just learned that it's a game, and I love the game. I take it a little bit more with a grain of salt. I'm still really competitive, but I think it's helped me turn the page on some things.
It's for so much of our life, we are identified as softball players. Mm-hmm. I've been a softball player since I was 11 years old. But you have a new title of mom. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like, does it bring you out of the idea of like softball is just my life?
It does, but also it gives me me. It gives me who I am. I struggled a lot with postpartum depression throughout the entire season of having him and going right into pouring into our group at Arkansas as well. So pouring into a new baby, being a new mom, pouring into the girls constantly. I never felt time to really take care of myself. And stepping foot here on my first day of training camp, it was like a breath of fresh air of, oh my gosh, this is me. This is me. This is everything that I have fought for, the hard consistently in the preseason, training, coaching, all the things. It's time. I get a little time to myself now of just being able to feed that love of the game and love of competition. And so I have just enjoyed every minute of the practice, the strength and conditioning, the reps, the games, the team meals, all the things. I've just enjoyed it. And that's also the perspective too of being a mom. So
being able to come back to you. Oh, that's actually really powerful.
Oh, thanks.
It really is. And I'm not even a mom, but I just think like in those moments of where you get to step in and you get to say, this is familiar. This is me. There's so many other elements of me, but I'm able to feed into this portion right now.
Totally.
Well, on June 7th, it had been 651 days since you had hit in a game because you're caring for your beautiful son. You go up to the plate and you hit a double. Rachel Garcia's pitching. I'm going to paint it. Rachel Garcia is up on the mound. Danielle Gibson Whorton comes up to the plate. 0-1. She hasn't seen pitch in 651 days live in a real game. She blasts it. It goes. It's still going. It hits the wall, and she has a stand-up double. You are standing on second base, and what is going through your mind?
Let's freaking go. First of all, let's score early. But no matter what, it was also a moment. I'm religious of feeling like God was telling me like this is the right decision. I felt really in between coming back to play, and so I just felt like I was being selfish. I didn't want to be selfish, but coming back to play was the best thing that I could have decided for me in the moment. Struggling with those things postpartum, it was this reassurance of like you are exactly where you need to be right now, and you still have it. You still got it. Like let's go. You can do this. The doubt that's in your mind right now of before your first pitch, the doubt. Why not? Why not you? You have fought for the hard continuously, and it was the best. It was the best moment. And I have so much respect for Rachel as an athlete and as a pitcher, and I was just really proud of myself.
Yeah, you did it.
I did.
Not only you still got it, it never left.
Yeah, never left.
It's always has been, always will be a part of you. What do you say to the young women, especially because I feel like we're fed as athletes the thought or the narrative, to your point, that it's over if you have a child as an athlete, you're not able to come back. For me, I feel like watching you on June 7th, it would be that proof that, oh no, I'm just getting started. This is actually a new era of who I am as a player.
Yeah.
What would be your advice to someone that is maybe feeding a little bit into that narrative, but to how you were fighting between, still kind of wants to choose to do that thing for themselves?
Yeah, I think moms deserve something for them. And for me, softball is what I needed. But becoming a mom is just another hat to your collection. It's just another hat that I wear. It's just another name that I go by. It's not like he doesn't say mom yet, but he says dada, but not mom. I know. I know.
I hear it's only because it's easier to say.
No other reason. Yeah, it's just easier to say. But my husband's great. I'm like, you say dada first. He deserves it. Yeah. But I think not making it seem like it's not that big of a deal, but it's just another hat that I wear. I also have all these other hats that are in my closet I can put on at any point. I can be a coach and be present. I can be a player and be present. I can be a wife and be present. I can be a mom and be present. And it's really hard to do them all at once, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Having something that I can look forward to every single day, going to practice, going to games, being around with my teammates, has helped me become a better mom. It 1,000% has.
So
I think it's allowed me to be present. I think that I'm able to fill my cup so that way when he's crying or when he needs extra, I'm not giving him from an empty cup. Then I get more frustrated as a human of like, what am I doing wrong? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just every single day I'm surviving as a mom. Like, that's what I tell people. I'm like, I'm surviving. I'm figuring it out. That's all that I know. I don't have it figured out yet. I don't know that I ever will.
Trusting the process.
Yeah.
Like we do in softball.
Yes, yeah. I've been doing this. I've been trying to figure out softball for my whole life. I can try and figure out how to be a mom. But I fill my cup to then be able to help him. And that is, after having him and going through the depression that I experienced and trying to take care of him from an empty cup continuously, after this summer and so far just this first part of the season, I have been taking care of him with a full cup, and it makes the moments so much better. I'm able to enjoy the best parts and then care for him in the worst moments, when he's teething, when he's cranky, when all the things. I don't lose my temper because he doesn't deserve that either. And I appreciate the game because it's given me that outlet.
Coming through postpartum depression for you, what are you most proud of with yourself?
Sticking through it. There was moments where were really deep and scary I've never experienced before. And I had no idea why. Like, why am I going through this? Why, why you just ask that question, why? And looking back, I think every single day presented a new hard challenge. And some of those days I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to show up. I just wanted to go back to my old self. Like, I love my kid, but I want a piece of my old life back, of the softball, of playing, of competing, the autonomy of just being me. And I've, so far in the 6 months since is when he was 2 months, but the 6 months since I had kind of developed this, I've learned to handle the hard with a lot more grace. And so I guess anything that I would say to moms or anybody struggling mental health wise is grace is your best friend, and it's not going to come every single day. But their light at the tunnel is going to get better when you give yourself grace. And that's kind of how I made it through, was just each day I'm like, what can I do today? How can I help myself today? Just be present, and grace was the biggest thing. So
how do you give yourself grace? Because whether it's getting through postpartum depression, not beating yourself up after you struck out with bases loaded, and there's so many moments in which it can be hard to do. And for you, how are you able to get to a place where you were able to do that for yourself?
Well, I think the biggest thing is you don't know what you don't know. And perseverance is one of the hardest lessons to learn when you're going through stuff like this. But just every single day showing up for yourself, like literally taking a breath. I feel like those moments where I was giving myself grace, I was taking a breath. I'm just like, let me get through this exact moment. Like I would tell my husband, I'm having a moment. I need to take a break. Like I need a breath. I would take a breath, and then I would pass into my husband, and I would say, I just need a minute. I'd give myself the minute, and then I'd come back and I would be a new person. I would be present. And he got to the point too where he was like, okay, go take a second. Go take a second. And so just literally giving myself 60 seconds or 30 seconds to breathe, understand what I'm going through, validate myself, and then move forward. That part gave me the grace of understanding it's okay to be present and it's okay to be angry. Now let's move on, because it's not going to help anybody if you take it out on a little baby. Like, not that I would, but you know what I'm saying.
I think an extremely important part of what you said is validating yourself, because oftentimes we have those thoughts that come in. It's just like you let them seep in. It's like, oh, why am I thinking this, or why am I letting this happen? You almost blame yourself if you don't validate. So allowing to validate allows it to kind of come and go as it please, like flow like water.
Totally.
Flow like water.
I think also having a village, like having my mom, like she doesn't live near us, but having her a phone call away. In those moments, I would just call my mom and I'd be like, Mom, like I'm having a really tough time. And she would also help validate me. And so that piece was huge for me too, just having that outlet. So
you're here, this hat of Danielle, the softball player, the Arkansas legend, is on. What has been your favorite part about being able to play for the Blaze?
I miss the teammate piece. I've played with AU in the past, and I love the switching of teams and getting to play with new people, but I have so enjoyed being able to watch my teammates right now share a bond with my son and like get excited to see him and get excited when he crawls, get excited when he's doing these new little milestones. That piece has been just like, I'm like, you have no idea that these are all professional athletes and they are just
how
like
cool you are.
I know. I'm like, Lisa Fernandez is holding you in the Legends Lounge today. You have no idea like how cool you are. And so just seeing that piece is amazing because I love my kid. I think he's the best. And then hearing everyone else just like pour love and agree and be like, he is the cutest.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know he's the cutest, but I'm a little biased.
He looks just like me, huh?
I know.
That's what I would be saying right now. He looks just like me.
I know. And so it's that piece has been really fun.
Oh, I love. Mm-hmm. You have a background in psychology. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What's the background? Tell me more.
I have a degree in psychology and then human development and family sciences. It has been one of the best things to do to go into coaching is kind of learn how the brain works. And then also to learn a little bit about how I can help myself in those moments. And so validation is huge. Validation, affirmations, speaking to yourself, how you speak to yourself is huge. And that's helped me through all of this too. So I'm grateful I have a background in it. So
is there something you can say that you've learned from psychology and the brain that allows people to be more successful as athletes or that you've learned or you've seen?
I would say how you talk to yourself. How you talk to yourself is really important. And it's using the language that is proactive rather than reactive, or like like never say don't to yourself, because when you're speaking that, it's still really negative. You're going to have negative thoughts. I've also learned that those negative thoughts, when they come out loud, when you speak them out loud, that's when they become, validating to the exact moment. So if you're like, oh man, I don't want to give up runs today, or let's not walk anybody today. Even though you're not saying don't walk anybody today, it still is like you're validating those negative emotions. And so my biggest thing I tell my players is like, don't say dumb stuff out loud. Like it can be in the head, but like, let's be really proactive with how we talk to ourselves and how we speak out loud. 'Cause it also helps each other, not like word vomit also in those big stressful moments. So being proactive and having battle talk in your head, of like, I got this, I'm going to hit this spot. I'm going to look at this certain spot when I'm throwing, I'm going to hit the top and side part of the ball, maybe not looking for outcomes, but having those little bit of cues to help you through those, stressful times.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I can listen to the noises in my head.
Mm-hmm. They're there for a reason. They protect us. And they help us understand the game, but also validating them by speaking them out loud is how they come about. So
how would you say you can determine the difference between anxiety, like an anxious thought, versus a thought that is who you really are?
That's a good question. I would say an anxious thought for me happens over and over and over again. Like I can't get it out of my head. And for who I am, I think it's also validating to hear from other people. Like that's why I feel like I'm always talking to different people about coaching, about players, and about myself. 'Cause I want to know like, okay, do I really not hit an outside pitch well, or is it just me? Like, is it just my own anxious thoughts? And to help validating that coaching piece, that learning piece helps me a little bit to know like, okay, it's just me in maybe my BP round. It's not true. So I think also getting out loud, talking to people who you trust, mentors are really great. But I would say recurring thoughts maybe are a little bit more anxious, that happen immediately rather than long-term. I know that there can be a chronic anxiety, but acute anxiety is just like that, like in the back of your head, I would say. So
I'm gonna trust the thoughts that are affirming me versus giving me doubt.
Yeah. I would say the more you practice the affirmation and the proactive communication, the less that you're going to get the negative thoughts, but you're still going to be like, okay, well, if I'm down 0 for 2 or whatever, am I going to get a hit? That's natural. Right. It's very natural for you to have that. But when you have the talk of like, okay, I'm gonna get on base. I'm going to walk. I'm going to have the best at bat that I can. I'm going to go pitch by pitch. I'm going to be in the moment. And having that type of communication to yourself allows for you to then also combat the, man, what if I don't get a hit? The what ifs are really hard to battle.
Yeah.
But when you have the proactive and when you learn and when you talk like that, it helps kind of maybe drown those out a little bit. So
I just learned recently that not everybody has like a voice.
The voice in the head.
Narrator.
Mm-hmm. I think
that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because whatever's in there is like talking to me before I talk. It's like,
the narrator. Yeah.
Say this.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
I can't imagine someone just having nothing.
Mm-hmm. I know. And it's very normal.
Really?
It's very normal. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you met someone that just doesn't have any person talking?
It's funny. It's funny because one of my players, we talked about this, and I think maybe 2 or 3 of them don't have it. I can't remember who it is, but it's like, for me, I'm like, how? Yeah. How? But
like, there's even times when I'm about to do something that voice is like, yeah, I don't know if that's a good idea. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, here you go again.
Yeah. Sure, fine.
I know. Same though.
Well, that internal voice that we luckily have has helped me make some great catches in the outfield.
Totally.
Turning the field to a no-fly zone. Mm-hmm. For you also being able to turn the field no-fly zone, even in the infield. We don't discriminate. What's probably one of your favorite plays you've ever made?
My favorite plays? I would say one of my most memorable defensive plays, 2021, we talk about this a lot. 2021, I was playing first base, just normal ground ball. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go same game. There was a bunt, and we were playing Auburn, and this was in the middle of the season. Nothing was really on the line at that moment, but there was a bunt. Third baseman fields it, and as a first baseman, I just scurried my way to third base so the runner at first base didn't go all the way to third base, run at first, sacker situation. And if I didn't go over there and tag her out, that runner would have scored, and we would have not been able to win the SEC championship. And so big picture, like those little plays make for big time moments later in the season. And so, it's one of my favorites just because it was so little and so like minute to the entire season, but it helped us win that game, and we needed that game to win the SEC championship. So, very small, but it is what it was.
But we learn in softball, the little things really aren't that little.
They're not that little.
They all add up.
Mm-hmm. Those dang coaches say that they're just so little, but they're not.
Little.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, in softball and as a coach now at Arkansas, continuing to be the legend that you are there. Good old Arkansas.
Good old Arkansas. Yeah.
Well, what's the cheer? Peace.
It's like, ooh, pig, suey. And you go through 3 times and you go, Razorbacks. Yeah. I won't put you through it, but.
I remember the first time I experienced that.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, here we go.
Same.
I'm lead off. So it was like first I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even know about it until my visit there. And then they made me do it at our Greek theater, like by myself on my visit. And I was like, no, this is not okay. And now I'm totally bought in. Like I'm like, Whit's going to do it. It's like when you're in it, you are in it. And when you can hear a full stadium, it is like nothing's better.
You got to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah. We'll get you to do it maybe.
Danielle, what would you say, we know in softball and as a coach, as a player, as a mom, failure is inevitable, but it leads to the big successes. What's your favorite failure that's led to some of your favorite successes?
Oh, that's a really great question. I would say, I wouldn't call it a failure, but I would call it my learning season. My rookie year in the pros, I struggled a lot to understand who I was, how I fit in this setting, and how I can compete and get better. I had success, but I wasn't as successful as I was used to.
Yeah.
And after that year, I just was like, I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to go get everything that I want. I have this year to go off of. I'm not going to hide from it. I struggled a little bit, and I'm going to get better. And I would say that year has shaped me into how I train, being really particular in my rounds of BP, being really particular in how I'm coached and who coaches me and all those things that I learned so much about the game. And that was really when I fell into I knew I was going to go coach at Georgia that next year, but I was like, I love this game. I love the process, and it helps me fall in love with the process even more. Was that first year that I struggled a little bit. And then I would say so far after that, I've had some pretty electric years, which I'm really grateful for.
Electric years, and it's only getting better.
It's, I only have more opportunities, so I'm really grateful.
And you have mom power now.
Mom power,
it's
baby.
Only gonna keep getting better.
Mom power.
Well, from our affirmation of embracing the hard, how did you say?
Fight for the hard.
Fight for the hard. Every single day, fight for the hard, because that hard is only going to push you to your greatness. You don't get to be great and successful the easy route.
Nope.
The hard route is the one less traveled. Yes. And it's honestly the quickest way to get there. So fight for the hard. Danielle, thank you so much for joining me on Dropping Diamonds and Dropping Your Diamonds.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I can't wait to continue to watch your mom power, and you continue to inspire so many women across, not just in softball, but across all sports, to know that you don't lose anything by becoming a mom. You only gain the superpowers, and you're going to keep hitting doubles and home run cycles.
Oh, thanks.
Catch you guys next week on the Diamonds.